Hey folks, I could pretend that it's warm here in Laurel, Mississippi, but it's actually a bit of a cooler day. Normally in Mississippi, we see bright green colors because it rains all the time and it's quite warm. But today, I'm going to make a recipe that is typically associated with the warmer months, and that would be sangria. And this is my Mississippi spin. I call it Mississippi Mason Jar Sangria. I'm going to do a white version of sangria today. On my website, Multicultural Cooking Network, I have a number of sangria recipes, but the white sangria is going to have whiskey in it, which is a popular drink in the South, especially the deep South. So some of the ingredients are really simple. It's a lot of different fruits that are going to be inside of this drink. Normally I would put a splash of lime, but I'm gifting this to someone, and I believe that lime actually makes your drink a little sour. It's something that I would save as a fruit that I would put into the drink on the day that it's going to be served. But otherwise, the other fruits can kind of marinate and sit inside of that drink. And we're going to go ahead and get ready to get into it, but it's really going to be three simple things in this particular case. It is going to be a bottle of white wine. Sauvignon Blanc is typically pretty popular, but I'm using a Pinot Grigio today. You don't have to use an expensive wine, but if you believe that the quality of the wine is going to be affected in your sangria, then choose whatever kind you want. The way that I think of it is the wine is going to be altered anyway with all the other things that are inside of it. So again, white wine. I'm going to be using brandy. You can also use triple sec, or you can use whiskey. But today I'm actually going to use whiskey, kind of in salute to Mississippi as a choice for this drink. We're going to be using some sparkling cider for this as well, and a multitude of fruits that you can pick, whatever your favorites are, to put inside of the drink. Well, I said it was chilly out there, but let's begin. So the fruits are all washed, and these are my choice of fruits. As I said before, I am not going to be using the lime today because it is just something that I believe should be added when it is served. Some people may disagree with me, but that's what I think. I think it makes it wind up being a little too bitter. We are going to go with whiskey today, and we are also not opting for brandy, but I wanted to remind you that brandy could also be used. The portion of whiskey that I chose to do is the adequate amount to put in for this particular portion or pitcher of sangria. Okay? Let's pour in the white wine first. This whole bottle is going in here. And if you look at my pitcher, you can see about where it stopped. And that is also why we are now going to put this whole bottle of sparkling cider inside of this drink. I've got a lot of people to serve for this. So look at that nice fizzle that's going on in there, right? Next, let's add our whiskey. We go ahead and stir all of this together. Get those flavors mixing together. I bet it's going to taste great. And now I'm going to go ahead and clutch the pearls. Some of you dare I actually do a packaged fruit, but we're not in season for peaches, and I'm going to add peaches. So let's go ahead and add the peaches, that juice. It's going to make it taste really great. I'm going to put some grapes in here. I find that cut in half, this is much more easily edible, and I just don't like to be trying to chew big things. Okay, this is going to be beautiful. I am going to be using some darker colored fruit to just make it a contrast. I'm opting to use some blackberries in here. I should go closer because you really don't want to lose your drink flying all around the place. So I'm going to go a little closer. And yes, I can already see it. I'm sure you can see how beautiful that looks when you see that contrast, the color popping in there. But all of these are going to be it's just going to be great. Now, you don't have to put a gazillion fruits in here. I'm actually thinking that strawberry is going to be a nice touch. Just again, I want it to be festive, party, fun. So I'm going to add the strawberries as well. Okay, so I cheated and it is absolutely delicious. Now I'm going to pour it in the mason jars and the visual is going to be fantastic. I don't know if the fruit's going to plop all over the place, but if so, we can always just spoon in the fruit. It looks beautiful. You could have your guests drink right out of the mason jar, which is really fun in the summer. Or honestly, each mason jar that I have here, I would say it's 2 servings, 2 wine glasses are in each mason jar. So if you want to ration your guests and just have the visual initially of the mason jar and then pour it into wine glasses, that's great. Or if you're good with letting your guests know this is about 2 wine glasses inside of this mason jar. But it's beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and seal this and put it in the refrigerator overnight. And you can do this the day of. Of course, the longer the fruits get to sit, the better. But I've honestly, at parties, done this very, very quickly. But again, I'd say that most people think that sangria tastes really great when you just really let that fruit sit there overnight or for a long period of time. So this is your mason jar sangria. Beautiful and great option for parties. So there you have it. I'm out on a porch here in Mississippi with my Mississippi mason jar sangria. Got to sit down and enjoy it.